Hello, welcome to European Open Briefing for Tuesday, February 12th. I'm Rafael, currency analyst at XM.com, and we're going to be taking a look at what's happening in the currency markets today. So we've got quite a strong positive mood in the markets this morning. Yesterday it was a very much mixed picture. So what's driving this upbeat sentiment this morning is news that the US politicians have reached a tentative deal on providing funding for the US government, and this would avoid a government shutdown, though this still needs to be approved by President Trump. There's also optimism ahead of the US-China trade talks later this week. Despite the risk appetite, the dollar is actually extending its gains. Dollar index breaking above the 97 level, currently at 97.1. The yen is broadly weaker on the improved risk appetite. Dollar yen comfortably above the 110 level, currently at 110.6, up by 0.2% of the day. But we're seeing the euro and the pound still struggling this morning. The pound did fall sharply yesterday on poor GDP numbers. Euro still being weighed by negative outlook for the Eurozone economy. Equities, though, are doing well this morning. All major indices in positive territory, though we did see a mixed session overnight on Wall Street. Risk-sensitive currencies, they're sort of struggling. There was mixed data out of Australia this morning, so the Aussie did eventually manage to gain some speed. It's up by 0.2% currently at 0.7075 against the US dollar. The Kiwi, though, is down as investors wait for the RBNZ policy decision later today. Oil prices also benefiting from the risk-on mood. So looking now what's happening to the dollar, we can see dollar yen, both dollar yen and dollar index on a clear uptrend since late January. Dollar yen has broken above its 50-day moving average. In the US, Republicans and Democrats have reached a deal in principle to fund the US government, but it includes only a fraction of the money needed to build the Mexican border wall. So President Trump might decide not to sign this off. So it might be too early to assume that a shutdown has been averted for the time being, but there is growing optimism about the direction of the US and China trade talks. There's been positive remarks by officials by both sides about this week's talks, but in the more immediate term, Jerome Powell, the Fed chief, will be in focus. He will be speaking later today at 17:45 GMT, and that could potentially move the dollar if he once again sounds more dovish, or perhaps not as dovish as he had been previously. Let's now turn to sterling. We can see here the pound falling sharply yesterday after GDP, although the quarter-on-quarter rate was in line with expectations. For the month of December, GDP fell by 0.4%, so this doesn't bode well for first quarter growth. It's looking more and more certain that the Brexit uncertainty is having a big negative impact on the UK economy and raising risks of a recession. Bank of England Governor Mark Carney will be speaking later today at 13 hours GMT, so he might have more to say about the outlook. But going back to Brexit now, so it's not looking likely that we're going to have another vote this week. Prime Minister Theresa May will ask MPs to delay that vote by 2 weeks to give her more time to negotiate on the backstop issue with the EU. But there will be a debate in Parliament most probably this week. So sterling looks set to remain highly volatile. And coming up later today, we're going to have the Reserve Bank of New Zealand policy decision. That's tomorrow morning, rather, at 01 GMT on Wednesday morning. RBNZ will probably sound more dovish, and those expectations have pushed the Kiwi to 3-week lows, currently at 0.6730. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.